Hello, baseball fans, and welcome to the home opener for your Franklin County Eagle varsity baseball team as they'll be taking on the Terriers of William Byrd High School. I'm Kevin Tosh, alongside me, Mike Doyle, and we've got a beautiful afternoon for baseball. 57 degrees and a stiff 11-mile-an-hour wind out to right center field, shifting towards center field, Mike. We saw in that JV game that wind, if the ball gets up in the air, has caused some havoc, and we're expecting much the same here with this varsity contest. Cool evening out there, but lots of fans out for both teams.
Absolutely. Good time for baseball, and you're right. I think you'll see this wind play a big part in this game. Those infield fly balls are really tough to round up, and those outfield, of course, by the time it gets out there, it's going to go back several steps. So we'll see what effect that has on it.
William Byrd comes into this afternoon's contest with a perfect 3-0 record. The Eagles bring a 1-1 record into tonight's contest. Leading off the game for the Terriers will be right fielder number 9, Ian Burnett. Batting second, number 4, Hunter Sipe. He'll be the pitcher for the Terriers. And batting third will be James Purcell, the catcher. You see out there on the mound for the Eagles will be number 4, Preston Crowl. And Crowl will start the ball game off with a strike. There's one of those high fly balls we talked about, Mike. That one's going to be to center field. And that one is going to be swiped up by Bennett. Mike, it's time now to introduce the defensive starters for the Eagles. And no better way than, Mike, tell us who's on first out there.
Kiefer Building Services is bringing you who's on first. And Eli Davis is on first. Corbin Power is on second. Riley Hill is at shortstop. Ashton Hutton is at third. Lawson Pasley out there in left field. Joseph Bennett in center field. And Grayson Montgomery in right field. And Mason Sheashley is catching tonight. And as you said, Preston Crowl out there on the mound for the Eagles.
At the plate for the Terriers, number 4, Hunter Sipe. We'll be seeing him on the hill tonight for the Terriers, but he's found himself in an 0-2 hole to start this at-bat. Preston Crowl off to a hot start. That one's going to be poked opposite field out into left field as Lawson Pasley will control it. But first base hit of the ball game for the Terriers, and Sipe will find his way down to first.
Yeah, we appreciate Kiefer Building Services he's a Class A licensed and insured building and electrical contractor for all your home improvement needs. Bringing you who's on first.
And that will bring up the number 3 hitter, the catcher, James Purcell. Runner down on first, one away.
Fastball right on the outside corner. Good pitch there.
Tell you, Crowl has found the strike zone early, Mike. That is a good sign for the Eagles. 0-1 the count, 1 out, runner on first. Second pitch will be in the dirt, out of the zone. Evens up the count at 1-1.
Crowl got that one up just a little bit high to Sipe. He ended up on first base out there. Another base hit in the hole.
Once again, that'll be into left field. A stand-up single. Runners on first and second now for the Terriers. We'll get a pinch runner coming in. That will be number 10, Juan Alatorre, for the catcher, James Purcell. You're also going to see Mason Sheasley going out to have a discussion with Crowl. As we said, Crowl has the strike zone here early, but also the Terriers starting to time the pitches early and getting around on them.
I was talking a little bit earlier to Coach Taylor, and he was saying they were a pretty young team and had a lot to learn, but they really were having a lot of fun. And, with a 3-0 record, that's a good way to start and have a lot of fun.
Pitch will be fouled away by center fielder and cleanup hitter number 7, Evan Mullen. Crowl will once again be ahead in the count, 0-1.
Just one out. Be a good time for a little hard hit ground ball to infield, turn that double play. Pitcher's best friend.
Pitches out of the zone, evens up the count at 1-1. Healthy leads at first and second for the Terriers. Mullen will swing and a miss there. Will get away from the catcher, Sheasley, and that will advance the runners around to second and third. Big opportunity here early for the Terriers. 2 runners in scoring position.
Crowl trying to keep it down so he would get that ground ball, but that was just a little bit low.
1-2 the count. 1 out. Runners on second and third. Mullen will dig in here. Good pitch by Crowl for the first strikeout of the ball game.
Nice breaking pitch there. 2 outs. First breaking pitch I've seen Crowl bring in there or hit the strike zone with it.
To bring up the number 5 hitter, the third baseman, Trenton Sayers. But also an opportunity for Crowl to get out of this jam with 2 outs, runners on second and third. Pitch will catch outside corner of the plate for strike 1. If you're the Terriers, you do not want to squander this opportunity early in the ball game with runners on second and third. Contact will be made. Opportunity, long ways to travel, but no doubt about that one. Grayson Montgomery will squeeze it in foul territory for the third out of the top of the first. And Mike, big break there for the Eagles as the Terriers put runners on second and third, but they're able to get out of it with just 2 hits and no runs.
Yeah, and you know, I didn't notice it earlier, but the wind had just completely died down, and those 2 fly balls, no problem for the fielders to make those plays.
Looking at the batting lineup for the Eagles, they'll be led off by Riley Hill, who's playing shortstop. Batting second, Lawson Pasley in left field. The pitcher, Preston Crowl, will be batting third, and hitting cleanup, Ashton Hutton, who's out there on third. And Mike, just like we did with the Eagles, who's on first for the Terriers?
Well, we've heard this name before, Ross Divers. He's on first for the Terriers. Matthew Scavelli, Ethan Hairston is on short. Matthew Scavelli is at second, by the way. Trenton Sayers is on third. Israel Hairston out in left field. Evan Mullen is in center field. Ian Burnett in right field. Behind the plate, James Purcell. And Hunter Sipe is on the mound. Who's on first, as I said before, is brought to you by Kiefer Building Services.
Also take this opportunity as we get ready to head into the bottom of the first inning to thank Budget Blinds for our good calls, bad calls, strikeouts, missed calls. Mike, you get everything when you're out here on the diamond, brought to you by the good folks at Budget Blinds. Remember, they'll come out and give you a consultation, show you all their beautiful window coverings, do all of the measurements for you, and they'll come out and install those window coverings that are the gift that you can open up each and every day of the year. Now will be a called strike 1 on Riley Hill as he leads off for the Eagles.
Pitch tailing off away from that right-handed hitter. Left-handers that can throw that pitch really are successful with it. That one just a little bit high.
We saw last year that Riley Hill does a good job getting on base by any means necessary, and once he's on the base pads, he can be a menace with that speed.
Absolutely, and got a young hitter coming up there on deck. Lawson Pasley can get the bat on the ball.
2-1 count. Pitch will stay out of the zone. We'll move the count to 3-1. Hunter Sipe wants to avoid the leadoff walk. Pitch will stay high and out of the zone, and just like that, Riley Hill will make his way down to first. A leadoff walk, and the first base runner of the afternoon for the Eagles.
Batting left fielder, number 13, Lawson Pasley.
We were talking about, speaking of youth a little bit earlier, Lawson Pasley, a 9th grader, stepping into this lineup early in the season here, can make contact, and he did there. Hard hit line drive directly at Hairston out there.
That'll be Israel Hairston stepping up to make the catch there. That will keep Hill at first. One away will bring up the pitcher, Preston Crowl. Runner on first, 1 out.
Preston Crowl.
First pitch will be out of the zone. So Sipe having a tough time finding the zone early.
I'll tell you, in cold, cool weather, it's a nice day, but as far as pitchers go, it's cool. And takes a while to get loosened up out there. Those breaking balls just don't break as quickly and as far as it does in warm weather.
Sipe will check back Hill at first. Second pitch will stay out of the zone. 2-0 the count now to Preston Crowl. Healthy lead at first for Hill. Crowl takes this one right back up the middle. Opportunity for the double play, but cannot hold on to it. Good job covering the position was Hairston, but could not make the flip back to Scavelli.
The break there, like you say, Hairston covering a lot of ground out there to make that play way behind the second base out there.
Now coming to the plate, third
that will bring up the cleanup hitter, the third baseman, Ashton Hutton. And the Eagles with an opportunity here, 1 away, runners on first and second.
Number 3, Isaiah Hughes.
We do have a courtesy runner for Crowl. That's going to be Isaiah Hughes, the senior, out at first. So you've got plenty of speed with Hill and Hughes on the base pads. That'll be a called strike 1 to Hutton.
Pitch right down the middle. Didn't want to waste that first pitch. Sipe working hard to Sipe getting that curveball over the plate there.
Hutton will turn on that one, foul it away.
A little bit ahead of that one.
Sipe now ahead in the count, 0-2, 1 away, runners on first and second. Big pitch here coming for Hunter Sipe. Keeps that one up and out of the zone. 1-2 now the count to Hutton.
Trying to get him to go after that high fastball with 2 strikes on him.
The double steal on here as Hill will easily make it down to third. And then you throw in there the senior, Isaiah Hughes, following him up to second. So now you've got runners on second and third, a very similar situation to what we saw the Terriers with in the top of the first. And a big opportunity here for Hutton with a 2-2 count.
Goes after that high fastball. Looks really good up there. But took a cut at it, but no contact.
Now stepping to
Mike, you flip the first and second hitters. You've got almost a mirror image of what we saw in the top of the first. As Joseph Bennett, the center fielder, will come up. Big cut at that one. 0-1 the count, 2 away, runners on second and third. As Sipe looks to work out of the jam that Crowl was able to.
Yeah, Bennett was going to take that one down to about Bojangles.
It's a long ways, Mike.
It is.
the right direction, too.
That's
I appreciate the geography there.
Yeah, well.
Pitch will catch the outside part of the plate for strike 2. 1-2 now the count.
Sipe getting a little bit of leeway there on stretching that strike zone on the outside corner.
Big pitch here, 1-2 the count. That pitch will go just a little bit further outside, Mike. Evens up the count at 2-2.
Sipe got away with the other one. He thought he might try it out there again. No luck on that one.
And a strikeout. Bennett will go down looking, and Sipe, with back-to-back strikeouts, gets out of the jam and will head to the top of the second. Franklin Finance scoreboard all tied up at 0. You're watching Eagle Baseball right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12. Back now for the top of the second inning. 2 up here for the Terriers. We will see Ross Divers, Matthew Scavelli, and Ethan Hairston. That is your 6, 7, and 8 hitters.
Divers taking a big cut at that first pitch there. Crowl going back outside and high with the second pitch. Didn't go for it.
Swing and a miss there. 1-2 now the count. I like the pace that Crowl works with on the mound. He's, as we said earlier, was feeling the strike zone, and he's working with a little bit of pickup there. Dropped strike 3. Opportunity. Stretch safe will be the call down at first.
There, and reaching on first is Ross.
Yes, sir!
Divers.
You saw the replay. Good heads-up play for Divers to find his way down to first. That will bring up the second baseman, Matthew Scavelli. Healthy lead for Divers at first. High and inside.
Scavelli squaring around the bunt. We'll try to move Divers over, get him in scoring position.
Come on, dude, let's go, Ted! Come on, kid, let's go!
Scavelli will pull away the bunt, and Crowl will find that one to the backstop, so Divers will advance around to second. So you have the drop strike 3. Mike gets Divers to first. The pass ball will get him down to second, and still no outs. And a 2-0 count to Scavelli.
Yeah, so far Divers is on courtesy of the Eagles.
That pitch will stay in the dirt. Crowl struggling at this at-bat. 3-0 now the count. Expect Scavelli to be taking here. You see Divers down at second.
Nice pitch. Had to let up. Crowl had to let up to get that one across though, and Scavelli will be looking for this one right down the middle.
We'll push the count to 3-1, nobody out. Divers on second. That one will be popped straight back up and over the press box. Count now full at 3-2.
Come now, Byrd, let's go. Come on, Drew. Come on, Drew. Come on, Matthew. Let's go, Byrd, let's go.
Popped straight up into the infield. As we said, stiff wind could be trouble, and it will fall in play. Scavelli will find his way down to first. Divers will have to stay at second. Mike, you talked about that in the pregame.
Yeah, when it gets up outside of the confines or behind this press box there, the wind is coming around there pretty swift. Makes it a little tough. Coach is going to go out and talk to his pitcher and try to settle him down there with two runners on and nobody out. Good opportunity here for the Terriers.
Absolutely, and we'll take this opportunity to thank some of our sponsors of Eagle Baseball here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12, including Carilion Franklin Memorial Hospital, located right here in Rocky Mount. Budget Blinds, bringing you our blind guides, our good calls, bad calls, and no calls all season long. We talked about them earlier. Kiefer Building Services with our starting lineup and who's on first. Franklin Finance Loan Company, you see there across the bottom of your screen, sponsoring the scoreboard for this season. Connor Bowman Funeral Home and Crematory, Redwood Fuel Oil and Propane, Arc Financial,
Now
Christina
stepping to the
Deffelball
plate.
with Weichert Realtors,
Shortstop,
Bridges and
number
Company.
1,
Mike will be talking about her a little bit later as we hope to see some fireworks, as she is the time for the home run segment. Rhodes and Ferguson Attorneys at Law, American National Bank, Davenport Energy, Farm Bureau, and the Maddie Law Firm. So we thank those wonderful sponsors of Eagle Baseball here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12. It's going to bring up Ethan Hairston, the shortstop, as he looked to lay down the bunt as well.
Just dodged that one. I'd say he dodged the bullet that time. Hairston shortstop
Let's go, Drew, let's go. Come on, man.
trying to move those runners over.
Those runners are on first and second. Nobody out. Ethan Hairston in an 0-2 hole.
Let's go. Fight. Stay in there. It's your box.
Crow would definitely like to get these next two batters before he gets back up to the top of the lineup. Nice throw there, Sheesley. Oh,
Almost with the strike him out, throw him out, Mike.
yeah, and
We'll see
that
it here
was
on
a
the
good
replay.
one. And that was a good call. Got under that tag. Good call there by the blind guy.
I'll tell you, Ross Divers, a lanky first baseman, but deceptive speed, was able to use that height to slide under that tag. So one away, runners on second and third. Now we'll bring up the bottom of the order in Israel Hairston. That was the second strikeout of the evening for Preston Crowl.
Crow let Hairston get, Divers get too much of a lead out there.
Come on.
Good close play out there. Sheesley with a good throw, but just a little bit high.
Count evened up at 1-1, one out. Beautiful pitch across the meat of the plate for strike two.
Hey, Drew, box. Let's go.
Again, broken record with runners on second and third. Joe Hairston will foul that one back
Baby, come on.
over the visitors' dugout. Count will stay at 1-2 with one away.
Come on. Come on, don't go down.
Nice breaking pitch, just hanging up there a little bit high.
We'll even up the count at 2-2. Swing and a miss for the third strikeout of the game. Preston Crowl, so now 2 away, and Crowl with another opportunity to get out of a runner on second and third jam.
But Ian Burnett, leadoff batter, hit one hard at the center field, his first at bat. Nice breaking pitch.
Move the count to 0-1, 2 away, runners on second and third. You said Burnett flew out to deep center field in his first at bat. Breaking pitch will stay high and out of the zone. 1-1 the count.
Cole not following through with that breaking pitch, and curveball staying up high, and nice fastball on the outside corner.
Push the count to 1-2. Big pitch here for Crowl. 1-2 counts, 2 outs. Breaking pitch for the strikeout. 4th strikeout of the game for Preston Crowl, and the Eagles will dodge a bullet once again. After an inning and a half of play, still tied up at 0 on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. Due up for the Eagles here in the bottom of the second. You'll have second baseman Corbin Power, first baseman Eli Davis, and a right fielder Grayson Montgomery. Just like with the Terriers, that will be your 6, 7, and 8 hitters upcoming here for the Eagles. Mike, both of these pitchers early, able to find the zone, but also living on a prayer with runners able to advance around the base pads. But again, both pitchers able to work out of jams.
Well, Crowl just apparently just lost a little bit of his concentration out there, and a couple of errors behind him. And Coach did a good job of calling time, going out there and talking with him and settling him down, and comes back with 2 strikeouts and big strikeouts there to strand those runners out there on third and second.
Hunter Sipe out there on the mound. He faced 5 batters in the top of the first inning, but he closed out with back-to-back strikeouts. Starting to find the zone a little bit better. We'll see what the bottom of the second holds.
Corbin Power.
Still looking for our first marks on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. Bauer steps in to the batter's box, and he'll take a big cut at strike 1.
Bowers, a senior, taking that big cut.
Taking another big cut there, 0-2 the count. Really opens up the arsenal for Sipe here. 0-2 the count. That one will stay out of the zone. Moves the count to 1-2.
Sipe with a really lively fastball, and if he gets it over closer to the plate, that's going to be a tough one for those right-handers to hit.
Swing and miss there. Power will go down on 4 pitchers, and that is back-to-back-to-back strikeouts now for Hunter Sipe as he is starting to feel it on the mound. Now we'll bring up first baseman Eli Davis for the Eagles.
Sipe anxious to see this left-hander come up there. He's bringing it low inside corner for strike 1.
Sipe ahead in the count, 0-1, 1 out. Catch the outside part of the plate. Sipe ahead now, 0-2 in the count. Also seeing Sipe moving with a little bit more speed there on the mound. Davis will wait on that one. C&I single out into center field as Eli Davis will find his way down to first.
Davis finding that hole, as you said, out there, hitting that little breaking ball there, waiting on it well.
Up for your Eagles, right fielder.
Early in the season, that's tough to do. You know, I hadn't seen that many curveballs.
Bring up the number 8 hitter, right fielder Grayson Montgomery. Pitch will stay up and out of the zone for ball 1. 1-0 count, 1 out, runner on first. Sipe losing the zone here, 2-0 now the count.
Montgomery, another senior. Nice pitch there. Fastball breaking just a little bit away from him, still caught the corner.
So 2-1 the count now with 1 away. Montgomery will face a 2-2 count now, called strike 2. Sipe starts to find a little bit of confidence. And a miss there, reaching on strike 3. This is the 4th strikeout of the game for Sipe, 2nd of the inning. And 2 away with Eli Davis down on first. Will bring up the bottom of the order, the catcher Mason Sheasley. Opportunity here will be fielded cleanly by Scavelli. Over to Divers at first for the 3rd out of the inning. And after 2 innings of play, all tied up at 0 on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. We'll be back for the 3rd inning. You're watching Eagle Baseball right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12. Leading off the top of the 3rd inning for the Terriers will be the pitcher, Hunter Sipe. He singled but was stranded on 3rd in the 1st inning.
Crowl finding that outside corner with that fastball on the 1st strike.
Swing and miss there for strike 2. 0-2 now the count. Preston Crowl has had no problem finding the strike zone in this ball game. Fight that one off the hands. Stays alive. 0-2 the count.
Good pitch there. Crowl coming in on the 5th site. He knew it just as soon as he started around for that one that he wasn't going to be able to get any meat on it.
You're just joining us. 2 innings in the books, all tied up at 0 on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. We've had no lack of base runners for either squad here. Sipe will foul that one off the home dugout. It's a good look at some of the Franklin County fans who have bundled up, Mike, and made their way out to WW Junior Field.
Hard hit by
Sipe will find that one out into right field. Montgomery will handle it, but 2 hits in the ball game now for the pitcher, Hunter
To
Sipe.
the plate, catcher, number 3, James Purcell.
Runner for him, Hopkins Jr. will be running for Sipe.
They'll bring up the catcher, James Purcell. He was left stranded on second in the first inning, but no outs, runner on first.
Nice breaking pitch.
Gets the plate for strike 1. Crowl ahead in the count, 0-1.
Another nice one.
Be strike 2, 0-2 now the count. Opportunity here for Crowl. Pick up the first out of the inning. Ahead in the count, 0-2. Hit and run here. No option at second. Throwaway at first. That will move the runners around to second and third with no outs. And fielding difficulties again for the Eagles. We'll put 2 runners in scoring position for the Terriers.
They're over there, Hill. Long throw there, just off a little bit off target to Davis.
So for the second time in 3 innings, Sipe will find his way to the hot corner at third, and Purcell will find his way to second. That'll bring up the center fielder, Evan Mullen, struck out in his first at-bat. Give credit to the Terriers. They sent Sipe on the hit and run, which really forced the issue as there was no play at second. Rushed the throw to third. Now you're going to look at an interesting play here. Base running will again score a run. Defensive miscue for the Eagles will allow Sipe to score the first run of the ball game. Move Purcell over to third, and Mullen will find his way down to first.
Really, Hopkins wasn't even planning on running that time. And if he just fielded the ball out there, they wouldn't have scored one. It would have had bases loaded there. But a lot of ifs in that situation.
So nobody out. Runners on the corners for the Terriers. We'll bring up third baseman Trenton Sayers. He flew out to right field in his first at-bat. Pitch will stay out of the zone high. 1-0 the count. So a huge opportunity here for the Terriers in the top of the third. With nobody out, they've already got 1 run across. As we said, runners on the corners.
Hard hit ball in the gap.
Opportunity here that will score 1. As Purcell will come around to score. Mullen will move to third. And that'll be Trenton Sayers with a stand-up double.
Hard hit ball that Sayers reaching out there and getting that one. Easy little swing.
That will bring up Ross Divers, the first baseman.
Now at the plate, number 6,
Divers reached
Ross
on an error by the catcher.
So still nobody out. Runners on second and third. Pitch will be fouled away down the third base line. 0-2 now the count.
Nice breaking pitch there. Crowl breaking that one off, getting the strikeout.
That'll be the first out of the inning for the Terriers.
Now coming to the plate.
That'll bring up the second baseman, Matthew Scavelli. He was left stranded on second in the second inning. It's going to be hard hit ball to the shortstop, Riley Hill. and fires it home. See this one here on the replay. Mason Sheasley applying the tag for the out.
Nice tag there. Good play for the infielders.
1, Ethan Hairston.
Hairston coming up. He struck out his first time up.
Come on, baby. Keep it going. Come on, one. Hey, creeping. Good eye.
Pitch will be in the dirt. Runners will stay where they are. So we now have 2 outs. Runners on first and second. This crowd looks to work out of the jam.
Let's go, Ted.
Outside, 2-0 the count. As Mike said, Hairston did strike out in his first at-bat.
Your box.
Pitch stays out of the zone, 3-0 the count. You do not want to walk Hairston here to load the bases.
Oh, he's going to have to reach back and try to get one to come across the plate here, and I think he'll be taking it. So just couldn't get that one down.
It will be a walk to load the bases. And we'll bring up the bottom of the order, and Israel Hairston, he struck out in his first at-bat.
Stay hot, kid. Do a job. Let's wait for you. Let's go.
Still a good opportunity here for the Terriers to expand this lead.
Hard hit ball out into deep left field. But tracking it down and making the catch will be Lawson Pasley.
William Byrd scores 2 runs, leaves the
Terriers
bases loaded on 1 walk, 2
will
hits,
send
and
2
2
across
runs
the
in
plate.
inning.
They now lead 2-0 on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. Coming up in the bottom of the third for the Eagles will be the important top of the order with Hill, Pasley, and Crowl. I think, Mike, when you look at this, both teams, no lack of base runners in this ball game up until this point. Only have 6 combined hits, though. Franklin County, though, with 4 errors, which has really been the difference in this ball game, which helped put those 2 runs across the plate.
Sure has, and that's sort of a. I have 5 errors on that, but I think who's counting? But it has been sort of a rough afternoon fielding wise. Rough on the pitch. Crowl pitching a good game. Just as the season goes along, this defense will gel a little better. And I'm sure they'll make a lot of those plays that they're sort of fumbling around on out there now.
This is early season baseball, and if you're just joining us, the Terriers did come into this game with a perfect 3-0 record. The Eagles with a 1-1 record, and coming to the plate, leadoff hitter for the Eagles, also leading off the bottom of the third, shortstop Riley Hill. He walked but was left stranded on third in the top of the first. He'll take a ride on this one, but it will be squeezed out by Mullen in center field. Aggressiveness there by Hill.
Yeah, good hit there.
Left fielder number 13.
He'll just hit it right straight at him. If it had been either side, that wind would have probably helped him out a little bit.
That'll bring out the number 2 hitter, the left fielder Lawson Pasley. Flew out to left field in his first at bat in the first inning. I believe he'll see strike 1 there, Mike. Quick call there on strike 2, so Pasley quickly in the hole, 0-2.
That one just staying on the outside corner.
Sipe will take that one a little further outside, make the count 1-2.
Sipe pretty smart. So if he gets by with that one on the outside corner, he move it out a little bit more.
Looks to catch the outside, does not get the call from the blind guys. We'll even up the count at 2-2.
That one might have been a little bit low as well, and low and outside. Hard to get that strike call. Got that one off of about 3 inches off of the plate.
So that will be the 5th strikeout of the evening for Hunter Sipe.
Sipe with a good breaking ball there, looking really good. That left-hander out there really makes it tough on those left-handers to hit that breaking ball.
That will bring up the pitcher, number 4, Preston Crowl, with 2 outs. He'll pop this one up into right field, but it will be squeezed with no difficulty by Ian Burnett. 3 up, 3 down in the bottom of the 3rd for the Eagles. And after 3 complete innings of play, William Byrd leads 2-0 on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. You're watching Eagle Baseball right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12. Leading off the top of the 4th inning for the Terriers will be the right fielder, Ian Burnett. He is also the leadoff hitter for this Terrier ball club. He has flew out to center field and struck out in his 2 at-bats in the ball game.
And take strike 1 and 2.
2 back right behind it, Mike. We've had no shortage of strikes in this ball game from either pitcher. Burnett will stay alive, fouling that one away.
Good job of hanging tough and then making contact with that hanging curveball.
Count will stay at 0-2. Burnett will go down swinging for the first out of the inning.
Now stepping to the plate for the Terriers.
That is the 6th strikeout for Preston Crowl through 3 1/3 innings. We'll bring up the number 2 hitter and the pitcher, Hunter Sipe. Hunter has reached in his first 2 at-bats, scored the first run for the Terriers in the 3rd. That one will be fouled up and out of play, evening up the count at 1-1 with 1 out.
Crowl should keep this low to Sipe. He likes that high ball, and he can do something with it too, where he can get it up where he can see it well.
2-1 the count as that one stays up and out of the zone. Crowl looks to find the inside part of the plate, but will miss. Pushes the count to 3-1. Sipe will call time.
One of the very few Crowl has broken it off on the inside of that left hander. And did miss the inside corner just a little bit.
Sipe will foul this one off a little bit behind it. Be out into the bullpen. The count will go full, 3-2, 1 out.
Here you go, 4, here you go. Come on now. Go 4.
It's in the hole.
Finds its way into right field, and Sipe just continues to find a way to get on base with one away. Sipe with the single. Davian Hopkins will pinch run for the third time this afternoon. See it there on the replay, Mike.
Yeah.
No opportunity for the Eagles to get that one, as it was right in between Davis and Bauer.
Perfectly placed.
So one out, runner on first. We'll bring up the number 3 hitter, the catcher, James Purcell, who has also reached in his first 2 at-bats and scored the second run of the game for the Terriers. Called strike 1.
Nice breaking pitch. Stayed a little high, but still in the strike zone.
Purcell will look at strike 2.
Hopkins with good speed over there with one out. Might be an opportunity here to get him on second. And he did.
Hopkins will go down to second on the steal. So 1-2 the count, 1 out. Runner now in scoring position for Purcell.
Let's go, buddy. Come on. Let's go, baby.
Shows another danger if your pitcher or catcher can get on base and you can get one of those courtesy runners in the ball game.
That's right.
They can really make things happen.
I tell you, that is a position in itself. To get that good speed out there on the base pass can really shake up a defense too.
Pitch out of the zone. Count will go full. Back-to-back full counts for Preston Crowl. Reaching count, 1 out, runner on second.
Ooh.
Strike 3 will be the call. They will throw him out at first. So second strikeout of the inning, 7th strikeout of the ball game for Crowl. So 2 away, runner on second. Now we'll bring up the center fielder, Evan Mullen.
It's usually with a good block on that one to keep it from getting by him too, and throwing it down out of Eli Davis for the second half.
Hey, keep it rolling, Mullen. Let's go.
First pitch out of the zone. 0-1 the count, 2 outs, runner on second.
Keep it rolling, kid. Let's go.
Mullen struck out in his first at-bat, reached in his second, but was thrown out at home.
Haven't seen one.
2-0 the count. Hopkins down at second with a healthy lead. Mullen will foul that one away. 2-1 the count.
Yeah, you said it. Crowl, Hutton Hopkins get a good lead out there.
Right here.
Now they're holding them on a little more.
Swing and a miss there for Mullen. Will even up the count at 2-2. Big opportunity here for Crowl to work out of the jam.
Come on, kid.
Runner will be taking off, but that will be a strikeout. And the 3rd strikeout of the inning and 8th of the afternoon for Preston Crowl.
Strands one
Will
base
shut
runner
out
on, 1 hit.
the Terriers in the top of the 4th. Coming up in the bottom of the 4th for the Eagles, you will get the 4, 5, 6 hitters in the form of Hutton, Bennett, and Bauer. We also want to take this opportunity to thank our wonderful sponsors of Eagle Baseball right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12, including Carilion Franklin Memorial Hospital. Budget Blinds bring you our blind guys, our good calls, bad calls, and no calls all season long. Kiefer Building Services with Who's On First. The Franklin Finance Loan Company with the Franklin Finance Scoreboard. Connor Bowman Funeral Home and Crematory. Redwood Fuel Oil and Propane. ARC Financial Services, Rhodes and Ferguson Attorneys at Law, American National Bank, Davenport Energy, Farm Bureau, the Matty Law Firm, and Christina Defaball with Weichert Realtors, Bridges and Company. And Mike, we've had a lot of hits in this ball game. We've had some good pitching. We've had a couple of steals, good base running, but we've yet to see the long ball in this one. And the wind, as we said, has been stiff out to center field, but it's now shifted direction, blowing from first to third now. But still a chilly evening out here at WWNAF Junior Field. We do want to take this opportunity to thank all of the wonderful folks who are making this production possible, including Jamie Singleton out there on first base, Brody Oakes on third, and Steve Oakes in the van putting it all together. And we also want to thank you, the viewer, for taking time out of your busy schedule to spend just a little bit with us here for an evening of baseball on your neighborhood network, Cable 12. And at the plate will be third baseman Ashton Hutton.
Hutton struck out his first at bat. Actually, the three batters up this inning struck out their first time. They'll have an opportunity to redeem themselves here coming up in this inning. Taking that one outside for ball two.
So 2-0 the count, nobody out and nobody on as Sipe is struggling to find the zone here in the bottom of the fourth. Which will stay up and out of the zone. 3-0 the count to Hutton. See if Sipe can find the strike zone.
Not yet.
Cannot do it. So a walk to lead off the bottom of the fourth to Ashton Hutton. That is the second walk of the ball game given up by Sipe.
Number 7, Joseph Bennett.
I'll tell you, this would be a good time for a home run. You tie this ball game up, and Bennett got a good cut at it, had it first inning. This great American game is brought to you by the folks who are keeping this great American dream alive in Franklin County. Christina Defaball at Weichert Realtor. If it's time for a home run in your life, contact Christina at 540-420-0485 when it's time to buy or sell your single-family dwelling. You can also email her at christina.drealtor@yahoo.com. That's Christina Defaball, 540-420-0485, or email christina.drealtor@yahoo.com. Guys, it's be a really good time for Bennett to hit one out of here. And that's brought to you by Christina Defaball, Weichert Realtors, Bridges and Company.
So runner on first, nobody out, 1-1 the count. We'll see if Bennett can get another good cut at one. He's now in the hole, 1-2. Pitch will stay in the dirt.
Not a bad pitch there. Sipe keeping it low on Bennett, just a little bit too low. Bennett definitely with the power, and he can, anything up in the strike zone he can take out of here with a wind behind him.
Pitch will stay out of the zone. Count now full. Good patience by Bennett at the plate. We'll have to protect the plate here on the full count. We'll do just that. So he'll poke that one away. Count will stay full.
Sure did. Just to make contact there and hang in, get another swing at it.
Sipe will step off the mound, gather up his thoughts, because if you're Bennett, you also don't want to hit into a double play here. That would be a rally killer. So he'll poke that one right back up the middle to Sipe. Over to the shortstop, around to first. And there's the double play, Mike.
Yeah. I can say that's a rally killer that go from no outs to 2 outs quickly.
Next up for your Eagles.
So that will bring up the second baseman, Corbin Power, who struck out in his first at-bat with 2 away and nobody on. Swing and a miss there by Bauer.
That was a good pitch. Right-handers like that inside pitch high. A good one to take to pull down third base.
Called strike 2, yeah, Mike.
Good pitch there, Sipe. Letting that one fade over the plate.
Big pitch here coming from Sipe. That one will stay up and out of the zone. 1-2 now the count to Power.
Guess that's why they call the double play the pitcher's best friend.
1-2 count. That one will be poked away into the Terrier dugout.
That'll wake them up.
They parted the seas over there, Mike. Sipe will step off the mound. 2 outs, nobody on. 1-2 count to the second baseman, Bauer. Pitch stays up and out of the zone, evens the count up at 2-2.
Sipe, a senior.
Bauer will fight that one away, stays alive. The 2-2 count.
Just barely got the bottom of that one. Make a little bit of contact to save it. Next swing.
Pitch will stay outside, and Bauer will work the count full with 2 away and nobody on for the Eagles. Franklin Finance scoreboard is tilted in favor of the Terriers. They lead 2-0. Swing and a miss, strikeout. Second of the ball game for Bauer. And 6th strikeout of the game for Sipe. And after 4 innings of play, Terriers lead 2-0 on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. You're watching Eagle Baseball right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
Get them going, Trent.
Leading off the top of the 5th for the Terriers will be third baseman Trenton Sayers. He flew out to right field in his first at-bat. He doubled, but was left stranded on third in his second at-bat.
Good eye.
Now keeps the first 2 out of the zone. 2-0 the count.
There you go.
Well, can bring that curveball across. Looks like he's having a little trouble with his fastball.
Count 2-1, nobody out. Beautiful breaking pitch across the plate there. Evens up the count at 2-2.
Sayers halfway to third base on that one before it broke across. Fooled him on that one as well.
Throw down to first for the strikeout.
Go, Ross, come on.
9 strikeouts now in the ball game for Preston Crowl. Had to take a second there, Mike, to count up all the Ks.
Here you go.
I was counting too. You count quicker than I do.
He has at least 1 strikeout in each of the first 4 innings, including 3 strikeouts in the second, 3 strikeouts in the fourth. He added 1 in the third and 1 in the first, and now has added 1 here in the fifth. That's going to be a pop-up into deep right field. Montgomery will settle under that one for the second out. This is exactly what the Eagles needed. 2 quick outs and possibly a quick 1, 2, 3 inning to get the bats back out on the field.
Yeah, they don't want them to stay in there long. They've been too successful getting those runners on. And being fairly successful there one inning, getting a couple across, but they've just really, both teams really had trouble getting hits with the base runners in scoring position.
First pitch out of the zone, second pitch even further out of the zone, 2-0 the count. Pitch will be out of the zone, 3-0 the count. So Crowl quickly working through the first 2 batters. Find himself in a 3-0 hole here to Matthew Scavelli, who has reached in his first 2 at-bats. Pitch will be outside and will draw the walk.
Again.
I'll bring up Ethan Hairston, who has struck out and walked in his first 2 at-bats. I think we're going to have a pitching change here for the Eagles. As it appears, Lawson Pasley will be coming in from left field to take his time on the mound. Again, we're still in early season baseball here. With that being said, we're going to step aside while Pasley will get warmed up. You're watching Eagle Baseball right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12. Lawson Pasley all warmed up and on the mound now for the Eagles as he trotted in from left field to relieve Preston Crowl. There's a runner on first, 2 outs. First pitch will be high and inside for ball 1. He said Harrison has walked and struck out in his first 2 at-bats. Big cut there. Second pitch of the at-bat will foul it up and over the press box.
As you said, Kevin, looked like warming up. Pasley had good control and was able to find that strike zone, and he makes good on that one for strike 2.
1-2 now the count with 2 away and a runner on first. Healthy lead for Scavali. Pitch will be in the dirt. Scavali will go to second, and he will be tagged. Beautiful throw down to second.
Absolutely.
From Mason Sheasley for the out. So Ethan Hairston will lead off the 6th inning for the Terriers. Coming up for the Eagles, you will see the 7, 8, 9 hitters in the form of Davis, Montgomery, and Sheasley if there are no changes to that one. But as we prepare for the bottom of the 5th inning, we would like to take an opportunity here to express our condolences and a remembrance of a very famous Eagle, Mike, and a very famous supporter of all things Franklin County, but especially Franklin County Eagle baseball, Kelvin Bowles, who ended his earthly walk on February the 20th. He was a Snow Creek native, and Mike, we know a lot of Snow Creek folks, great folks down there, but you see out there compliments of Kelvin Bowles, and I think that kind of says it all, Mike. He just was a big proponent of Eagle baseball, but also baseball not only around the Franklin County area, but the Salem area and around the state and the country, serving in many different capacities at many different levels, but always had something to say about Eagle baseball, whether it was a go get 'em boys or a friendly tip that he may be passing along. But we did wanted to take just this opportunity here to take a moment of silence and remembrance of Kelvin Bowles.
Leading off for your Eagles, number 23, Eli Davis.
Let's go, let's go, baby.
Mike, if Kelvin were here, he would say, guys, it's time to get back to that ball game. We've got something to do here, as Eli Davis will lead off the bottom of the 5th for the Eagles. He will foul the first one away. It'll be just the 2nd at-bat of the ball game for Davis. Had a C&I single back in the 2nd. Pitch will be out of the zone. Evens up the count at 1-1.
Even as a kid, Kelvin just loved the game of baseball. He as much as anything, he didn't like to play it, I don't think, as much as he did. He knew all of the players' batting averages and their on-base percentages and all of this good stuff. When he was growing up, he just really loved the game of baseball. We're going to miss him.
Pitch will be outside, 2-1 now the count to Davis. Davis will get ahead of that one and foul it into the dugout. Evens up the count at 2-2. Very much the same pitch that he saw back in the 2nd, that he was able to poke between 1st and 2nd for the single.
Wasn't able to get off of first base, though. Nobody to move him around. Definitely like to get this inning started and get a score on the board. Hard hit ball.
Like that one may fall in, and it will. I'll tell you, Eli Davis getting it done at the plate. He will lead off the bottom of the 5th with a single.
That'll move him up in the lineup. That's a good piece of hitting right there, too. Waited on that little change up.
Next up for your Eagles,
went the opposite
11,
way with it.
Grayson
Pretty good piece of hitting there, Eli.
So Davis will go down to first. Nobody out. Big cut there for Montgomery, who did strike out in his only at-bat of the ball game. Healthy lead at first for Davis.
Ooh, good bunt.
And it will roll just foul, as you said, Mike. It looked like that was going to be a dandy. I think if you would ask the catcher, James Purcell, he would agree, as he took the helmet off, turns around, and it looks like the ball was going to stay in fair territory, but just a little too much backspin will take it into foul territory.
Yep, getting just a game of inches, as they say. Just really close to a fair ball there, and both runners would have been safe.
Count goes to 0-2. Montgomery will lift this one up. The catch will be made by Divers at first.
And there you can see that wind still playing havoc with those high fly balls. First
Next
out
up
there
for the Eagles, catcher number 2, Mason.
That'll bring up the catcher number 2, Mason Sheasley. One out, runner on first.
So usually with a good defensive play there to throw that runner out at second. Takes first strike.
Oh, and 1 the count, 1 out, runner on first for Sheasley. Pitch will stay out of the zone, 1-1 now the count. Fouled off the hands, just underneath that one. Will push the count to 1-2.
That was a good high fastball. Sipe finding a little extra on that one, throwing it right by Sheasley.
The Eagles threatened in the first inning with runners on second and third, but have not threatened since then.
That fastball made that little breaking ball there look like it was just barely coming to the plate.
Evens up the count at 2-2.
2 outs.
Ooh.
Tough take there by Sheasley, but it will be outside. Full count. Payoff pitch coming to the catcher.
It's a hard pitch to take with 2 strikes.
Pitch will stay up and out of the zone. Davis will go to second, and Sheasley will walk down to first. So runners on first and second,
Next
just
up
1
for
away.
the
The Eagles
number
will
1,
move it around to the top of the order.
Big opportunity here for the Eagles. Like you say, Riley Hill reached on a base on balls and flat out his 2 at-bats. Opportunity here for him to do some damage with a good base hit.
Runners on first and second, 1 away for the leadoff hitter Hill. That one will careen off the face mask of Purcell.
A wake-up call.
See the plate umpire take his time getting the ball back out to Sipe. That will give Purcell an opportunity to shake out the cobwebs.
Figure out exactly where he is.
The Terriers do have action now down in their bullpen with runners on first and second here in the bottom of the 5th.
Nice breaking pitch.
Move the count to 0-2. They will keep Davis back at second as he will gingerly walk, realizing nobody's at the bag.
That was a good play, too. They had him if anybody would have been there.
That one will be poked away. The count will stay 0-2.
Good defensive swing there.
That one will be poked away towards the bullpen.
Working Sipe here, making him throw some more pitches. Good first place hitter. Will do that.
So runners on first and second, just one away. Leadoff hitter Hill will tag this one into center field. And it will fall. Losing it in the lights out there was Mullen. And that will load up the bases with just one out.
It's an early season. Not used to practicing. Don't do much practicing in the lights. Got to get used to playing under the lights. That's a tough play out there. If you've never been there, it's hard to understand, but it's really tough. Bases loaded now here for the Eagles.
I'll bring up the pitcher, number 13, Lawson Pasley. Flew out to left field and struck out in his first two at-bats. Big opportunity to help himself out here with bases loaded and just one away. Will stay out of the zone. Sipe having a tough time finding the zone here. The Terriers will continue with activity in the bullpen.
Pasley sure would like to help his cause here, put a couple runs on it, and that's what he's going to do down the line. Going to score two.
So 2 runs will cross the plate as Pasley with the seeing eye double down the third base line.
Love that piece of hitting, going with that outside pitch down the third base line. Just a good piece of hitting. No play there for the third baseman at all.
Now coming to
A
the
little
plate
bit
for
of
your
a shuffle
Eagles,
there on
number
it.
4, Preston
Harrison's
Crowl.
part out in the outfield.
Also, aggressiveness there by head coach Barry Shelton, knowing how important picking up that second run was. You didn't know if you would have another opportunity, as Sipe will see his evening come to an end. And we'll see a new pitcher coming in for the Terriers, I believe, Mike. So we'll step aside. You're watching Eagle Baseball right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12. So after the discussion, Sipe will stay on the mound. They will intentionally walk the pitcher Preston Crowl to bring up the number 4 hitter Ashton Hutton. You typically don't see that, Mike, walking the number 3 hitter to get a bases loaded situation for the cleanup hitter. We'll see if it works in the Terriers' favor. 1 out, bases loaded.
Makes a force play at any base, makes any of the infield plays much easier. Not a bad play there, not a bad coaching move.
See if the cleanup hitter Hutton can take care of business here. I tell you, Sipe is taking care of business now, back-to-back across the plate. 0-2 now, the count, 1 away.
And by Sipe being in there, giving him the coaches trying to build a little confidence in himself, in Sipe, and giving him the opportunity to work out of this situation.
Swing and a miss there, strikeout.
Good start there.
Now we'll bring up Joseph Bennett, the center fielder, has struck out and hit into a double play. His first 2 at-bats. Bases loaded, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be poked away. Bennett.
That was the pitch right there. With that left-hander bringing the little breaking ball in on the right-hander. Probably the best pitch he will see.
Strike 2 the call. 0-2 the count. Sipe wanting the ball back. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Bases loaded, all tied up at 2 here in the bottom of the 5th. Huge pitch upcoming here for Sipe. This one will will be popped up. It's in no man's land, but the catch will be made out in right field. That will be Ian Burnett. 2 runs will cross the plate for the Eagles, and after 5 full innings of play, all tied up at 2 apiece on the Franklin Finance scoreboard. You're watching Eagle Baseball right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12. Leading off the top of the 6 for the Terriers will be the number 8 hitter, the shortstop, Ethan Hairston. He's back at the plate.
What a breaking pitch. Woo.
Scavelli caught stealing at second to end the 5th, but 0-2 the count from Pasley. Pitch will stay out of the zone for ball 1.
Hey, swing, you got it. Swing in the close, you got it. Swing in the close. Love it.
Oh, nice pitch. Just a little off the plate.
Good patience by Ethan Harrison at the plate.
That's that breaking pitch again. Breaks all the way across the plate and down.
You can see the reaction there from Harrison at the plate.
Number 13.
What do you want me to do with that one?
Yeah.
Not much that young man can do with it. That will bring up Israel Hairston, the left fielder. Pitch will be out of the zone, 1-0 the count.
Boy.
That one will stay in the dirt, 2-0 the count.
Have an AB, kid. We need you here, guys. Let's go. Hey, where's the bat weight?
Nice pitch.
Come on, bud.
Call strike there, 2-1 now the count. 1 out, nobody on. Bottom of the order, Israel Hairston for the Terriers. That pitch will stay outside, 3-1.
Pasley working quick.
Hey, not bad.
Hairston will defensively poke that one away.
Good, 32. Make the ball forward, come on.
Possibly that could have been called a strike, so probably a good idea for him to poke that one away.
Again, on that foul ball, you saw the action in the bullpen remaining for the Terriers. Hairston, opportunity to leg this one out. Davis will flip it to Pasley for the out.
I tell you, that's saying something. This is a freshman on the mound out there. Watch him play his position on this.
Now coming to the
Here you
plate
see
for
a
Weeks
ground ball
third,
off the front of the
number
plate.
9, Ian
Davis getting it up and Pasley covering first base.
I tell you, any hesitation from Pasley getting off the mound there, and Hairston was going to be down at first easily. Also, good job by Eli Davis fielding that position.
Yep.
So we now have 2 outs, nobody on, hard hit ball. The second baseman will corral that one. Corbin Power, 3 up, 3 down in the top of the 6th. As you see here on the replay, exactly what the Eagles needed. And with us all tied up at 2 on the Franklin Finance scoreboard,
We have a 2-2 ball
we're going
game.
to have the 6, 7, and 8 hitter coming up. And Mike, I think you say this each and every season, but when you make a defensive play in the outfield, typically you're the one who's going to come in and get to take a cut at it. And Corbin Power will lead off the bottom of the 6 for the Eagles. He's still looking for his first hit of the ball game.
Yeah, and you know, and that's really not an easy play out there with the wind blowing like it was. It takes a lot of concentration. You got to find the ball first outside the lights. It may have been even above the lights, and reel it in. If you can see that that flag out there is standing straight out. I think Jamie said 15 to 20 mile an hour winds, and down in this hollow it may be circling around a little more than that even.
Absolutely, here on the shores of Gillies Pond, just over the way there. Maybe some pond effect winds, Jamie. I don't know if any truth to that. But we'd also like to take an opportunity once again to thank our wonderful sponsors of Eagle Baseball here on your neighborhood network. Cable 12, including Carulla and Franklin Memorial Hospital, Budget Blinds, Kiefer Building Services, Franklin Finance, Connor Bowman Funeral Home and Crematory, Redwood Fuel Oil and Propane, Arc Financial, Christina Defaball with Weichert Realtors, Bridges and Company, Rhodes and Ferguson Attorneys at Law, American National Bank, Davenport Energy, Farm Bureau, and the Maddie Law Firm. Again, we appreciate each and every one of these sponsors helping bring Eagle Baseball into your living room here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12. As we said, Bauer will lead off the bottom of the 6th for the Eagles. An important half inning for Franklin County. They've got the momentum. They've tied it up at 2. Just a single run here in the bottom of the 6th would really put the pressure on the Terriers with just 1 inning to play after this one.
One more side.
Sipe still on the mound for Byrd.
Sipe has really fought out of several holes along the way. Said a lot for his coach, having a lot of confidence in him to get out of those
Hey, one more side. Go.
little bits of hole. They really wasn't that deep.
Here you go,
Last hole was bases loaded with just a single out.
Yeah.
He was able to work out of. Now we're seeing bottom of the 6th, 2-2 count, nobody out, nobody on. Bauer will watch ball 3, count will go full.
Bauer owes that one to the blind guys. Looked like it might have been really close to the outside corner.
Swing and a miss there. Power will go down. That is his 3rd strikeout of the night. Now we'll bring up the first baseman, Eli Davis. He has reached on each of his first 2 at-bats, a perfect 2 for 2 on the afternoon. Has scored 1 of the 2 runs for the Eagles. And will look to continue that here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch will stay out of the zone. Terriers now have an empty bullpen as the action has ceased. Davis will poke that one down the third base line, out into left field. And Davis will put on the brakes as he turns around first. And what an evening for Eli Davis, the senior first baseman. 3 for 3 and 3 beautiful pieces of hitting.
Yeah, he goes down with that ball and takes the outside pitch down the third base line. Nice piece of hitting there.
Pinch runner will come in for Davis as they will put some speed on the base path in the form of Easton Lamey, a junior.
Made in to run number 5.
That is an all-important base runner out at first.
Absolutely.
Might see a little bit of small ball here, Mike.
I would suspect it.
We'll bring up Grayson Montgomery. He will poke this one out to the second baseman, who will easily squeeze that one away. Scavelli. So now 2 outs. Bring up the bottom of the order.
Mason Sheasley to
The
the
catcher, Mason Sheasley, runner on first, 2 outs.
Well, Kevin, you said it. It was a good opportunity there to get that runner over.
Sheasley will poke this one. Scavelli will handle it at second and over to Divers at first for the out. And after 6 complete innings of play, the Franklin Finance scoreboard all tied up at 2 runs apiece. We'll be back. The 7th inning, you're watching Eagle Baseball right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12. Hunter Sipe will lead off the top of the 7th for the William Byrd Terriers. Lawson Pasley on the mound. Lawson just a freshman for this Eagle squad.
Lawson knows not to waste any pitches on Sipe. He'll try to take this one off from him, I expect. And it's going to fly out to center field. Nice piece of pitching there for Lawson Pasley.
Sipe will fly out to Bennett there in center field for the first out. You saw Sipe just kind of throwing the bat at the ball there, trying to get it to fall in center field, but one away. Bullet dodge there as Sipe has reached in his first 3 at-bats. We'll bring up the catcher James Purcell, who's reached in 2 of his 3 at-bats. 1-0 the count, 1 away. That's going to be a hard hit ball out into center field. Bennett will back up and make the catch.
Just a long out.
So back-to-back fly balls to center field. You see it here on the replay.
And they're just that. They're not lined out, not met solid enough to get any meat much on it. Pasley keeping them off balance in their batting box.
That will bring up the center fielder, number 7, Evan Mullen. He has reached once already on the afternoon, but has struck out in his previous 2 at-bats, or in 2 of his at-bats today, excuse me. It's going to be off the hands to Hill. Gathers up, fires to Davis. 1, 2, 3 inning in the top of the 7th. Could not have drawn it up any better, as we'll see it here on the replay. And more importantly for the Eagles, as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning, they will have Hill, Pasley, and Crowl coming to the plate. 1, 2, and 3 for the Eagles.
Really good opportunity here for the Eagles. Going to go into extra innings if that doesn't happen. And, I tell you, these pitchers will be actually, I think Franklin County will be at the advantage there because Sipe has gone the whole game. and done a really good job at it. But early in the season, some of your pitchers are probably not used to going 7 full innings in the game. We'll see how Sipe does and if he's able to extend it into extra innings.
There's a look into the Eagle dugout. See a lot of long sleeves out there, Mike.
Yeah.
If you look in the stands, you got blankets. It is a chilly evening here for early season baseball.
Like football fans out there. Blankets and hoods, and there's Jamie.
See meteorologist Jamie Singleton out there. It's
cold.
Late night for that young man. Cold, he says. We'll bring up the bottom of the 7th. And again, we want to thank Jamie Singleton down on first base. Brody Oakes, you see him there over on third base. He's got his campfire set up and looks like he might be getting ready to build an igloo. And Steve Oakes, he's warm and toasty in the van. This has been a great home opener for the Eagles, Mike. All tied up, going into the bottom of the 7th. We saw plenty of offense. We saw some great pitching, and we've got an opportunity for the Eagles to come away with one and walk it off here in the bottom of the 7th. We'll see if Hunter Sipe has something to say about that, as he's still on the bump out there. Pitch will stay up and out of the zone. Also hearing a little bit more chatter, but looking down at Lawson Pasley in the on-deck circle, you can see that wind picking up once again, blowing out into center field. That will be a fair ball. Divers will scoop it up for the out. Big break there for the Terriers.
Absolutely. Off the end of the bat, needs a little chalk on that one.
13, Lawson Pasley.
That'll bring up the pitcher, Lawson Pasley. One away, nobody on. First pitch out of the zone for ball 1.
Pasley taking a cut at that one. Just that left-hander rode it in just a little bit on him. Pretty smart pitch there.
Pitch will be outside, 2-1 the count. One away, nobody on. Bottom of the 7th, all tied up at 2. Big cut there by Pasley up and over the press box, leaving us up at 2-2.
Pasley going for that high fastball. Needed pretty good timing on that one. Just got under it just a little bit.
Sipe taking a little bit more of his time on the mound. Again, he has thrown a complete game up until this point. That one fouled off towards the third base dugout.
Really a tough pitch to hit right there. Breaking ball away off of the plate. Pasley lucky to get just a touch of it.
Breaking pitch will catch Pasley off balance. Got him back on his heels, Mike, for out number 2. And I think we're going to see a pitching change here. Sipe's evening may come to an end. For real this time, pitching 6 2/3 innings. And it looks like they will bring on number 11, Blake Glover, a sophomore. While he gets warmed up, we'll take a quick break. You're watching Eagle Baseball right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12. Blake Glover now on the mound for the Terriers. Going to have a little bit different look, Mike, a little different presentation.
Yeah.
With a little more size coming off the mound for Glover, but it will bring up Preston Crowl with 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the 7th.
High hanging curveball just catches the outside corner.
Mike, if you look out at the flag in right center field, just about all of the wind going away, and as the pitch continues, you're going to see it now moving from third to first, so you're getting that shifting wind out there. This crowd will see strike 2. Big pitch coming here from Glover.
He can bring the heat too.
This crowd will foul that one off well over the Byrd bullpen.
Go, baby, let's go. Come on, Blake.
Glover's a sophomore, and he's bringing that thing. Good size young man too.
Swing and a miss for the strikeout, and Sipe, the first to come out to congratulate Glover. And we're going to be headed to extra innings, just what you want here on a chilly early season ball game. We'll be back with the top of the 8th. You're watching Eagle Baseball right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12. Extra innings, top of the 8th. Third baseman Trenton Sayers will step into the box. Pasley will deliver ball 1. Like we were joking in the break that this could turn into a pitcher's duel here in extra innings as the pitching far and above the hitting here early in the season.
Absolutely. Both pitchers doing a really good job coming in. And young sophomore, and this is a freshman. So we're looking at the future of these two teams as well out there on the mound.
3-0 the count.
Come on, 8.
Sayers will watch this one. Pasley will walk him. Again, you can see the momentum starting to mount in the Terrier dugout as Divers will step into the batter's box.
Number 6, Ross Divers.
Not saw a ton of small ball here this afternoon, but I think with that pitcher's duel starting to mount, you may start to see a little bit more of it, as it looks like Divers, looks like he wanted to lay down the bunt, but Pasley will have that pitch high and out of the zone for ball 1. I think they're going to have a discussion about that one.
I didn't know whether he went after it or not, I think. That's what they're questioning. Okay.
I do believe Divers may have got that bat back around.
Yeah, I think so. Probably good play there to get it back, not go for it.
Coach Shelton going to go out and have a discussion with his infield, with Pasley. You're also going to see a discussion from the Terriers. 1 run could be very important, as we said here in this ball game, Mike. Started out, both teams threatened early in the ball game. William Byrd did pick up their runs in the top of the 3rd. Took until the bottom of the 5th for the Eagles to plate their runs. Both teams, though, back-to-back batters placing those runs across. So Divers will step back into the box 1-0 counts, nobody out, and a runner down on first. Pitch will stay high and out of the zone for ball 2.
One point that might make a difference here as the ball game goes along. Sipe is out of the game, not just off of the mound. They're going to miss those 3 hits he got early in the game, and really was tough for him to get him out on the pretty hard hit ball on the 4th at bat, and he's no longer in the game.
Divers will lay the bunt, and it will again, Mike, just take the wrong bounce into foul territory. It looks like that one was going to snake down the line. But it will go foul. Evens up the count at 2-2. That will also take the bunt away from the Terriers at this at-bat. So even count 2-2, nobody out. Runner on first to Divers. He'll turn around, unload on this one out to center field. Catch will be made for out number 1. More importantly, we'll keep the runner down at first. It's going to bring up the second baseman, Matthew Scavelli.
Number 2, Matthew Scavelli.
See it there on the replay. Popped up into center field. The flags once again no longer waving out in right field. Strike 1 the call on Scavelli, swinging.
Pasley bringing that high hard one there. He sure did look like he looks of it. Opportunity here for double play.
Safe is the call, Mike. If I could not see, actually. I was actually going to call him out.
Yeah, it was out at first, but didn't have time. Had to charge that one too much to be able to turn the double play.
See it here on the replay. Scavelli getting the bat on that one. I don't know about that one.
That was a tight play there. Tight play.
Well, that call brought to you by the blind guys. I know we got to it late at first base, but looked like Scavelli was well down the base pad there, but he is called out. That's why they get paid the big bucks, Mike, and not us.
I guess.
So 2 outs, runner on second. Hard hit ball to third, gathered up, fired across for out number 3. So 1 stranded after 7.5 innings of play. When we come back, we'll have the bottom of the 8th.
To the bottom of
Eagles
the 8th
looking
inning. We still have
walk
a
this
tie
one
ball
off once
game.
again. You're watching Eagle Baseball right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
Eagles.
There you see the Eagle faithful,
Ashton Hutton.
who have stuck around here to the bottom of the 8th inning. The cleanup hitter, Ashton Hutton, at the plate. Pitch from Glover will be out of the zone, 1-0 the count.
Glover got some good heat there, bringing it just a little bit off the plate and low.
Swing and a miss there by Hutton for strike 1. Evens up the count at 1-1. Ashton Glover will stay up and out of the zone. 2-1 now the count.
Glover had a lot of confidence first outing there with his breaking ball. Maybe we'll see that one this time. No, he brings the fastball right down the middle. Opportunity there for Hutton, but now he has 2 strikes.
Count even up at 2-2. Nobody out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 8th. Pitch will stay out of the zone. Full count now, 3-2. Talks about how important a base runner is here, especially in extra innings.
Goes after that high fastball.
Will go down swinging for out number 1.
Now coming to the plate for your Eagles, Joseph Bennett.
Bring up center fielder Joseph Bennett. One away, nobody out here. Extra innings, bottom of the 8th. Strike 1 from Glover. Pitch up and out of the zone, ball 1. One and one, 1 out, nobody on. Turn down the third base line.
You know, that's got to hurt as cold as it is. Coach Barry Shelton making a good stab down there, at least knocking it down.
Move the count to 1-2 with 1 out. Bennett looking for his first hit of the game. And that one will hit him.
Scooted right. He got his first hit, that's for sure. And that base runner is a big deal.
That will bring up second baseman Corbin Power.
Second baseman, number 9, Corbin.
0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts on the afternoon. I'll tell you, Mike, if you can get Bennett down to second, it will bring up Eli Davis, who has put the bat on the ball each of his first 3 at-bats.
And that's going to put him down there.
Glover losing a little bit of the control.
Having to change from pitch from a stretch out there with the runner on base makes a big deal. And when a lot of these power pitchers are not used to pitching with runners out there, takes a little bit, especially early in the season like this, takes a little bit of time to get used to the pitching from a stretch.
Conference there with head coach Barry Shelton talking with the second baseman Corbin Power, again, who has struggled at the plate today, but no better time to get that first hit of the evening than with 1 out and a runner on second in extra innings. One and 0 the count. Glover to deliver. Pitch will stay high and out of the zone. 2-0 the count.
Glover a little bit concerned with his runner out there on second base. Again, taking his eye off of the strike zone.
2-0 count. 1 out, runner on second. Big cut there from Bauer for strike 1. Glover look again for the sign. 2-1 count. Bauer takes another big cut.
You're right, Kevin took a big cut at that one. 2 strikes on him now. He's going to have to make contact here. Try to put it to the right side of the field.
Look for strike 3. Corbin will go down on strikes. Now 2 outs, runner on second. Eli Davis will trot up to the plate. A perfect 3 for 3 on the afternoon.
Stepping to the plate,
Would
number
love
23,
no better time than now. Mike, I know we've already did our time for a home run, but boy, would this be a good one.
Absolutely.
Good time for first baseman Eli Davis to get a hold of one. Pitch will stay out of the zone, ball 1.
Eli has been hitting from behind in the count, so he's been pretty much letting up on his swing and making contact. Might be a time right now, even ahead of the count, to do that. Oh.
Pitch outside, but will be called strike 1. 1-1 the count. 2 outs, runner on second.
Glover placing that one out there just a few inches off the plate.
Joseph Bennett does represent the winning run out there on second. Pitch looked like it was in the same place.
Got a balk there.
So we have a little discussion.
Glover didn't stop. You have to stop there, and counts 1-1.
2 outs. That moves the winning run. Joseph Bennett around to third with 2 outs. Any hit, just about Mike, will win this one for the Eagles.
Well, actually, just about anything on the right side might. He can pull that, although Davis has been pushing it to left field.
Glover delivers that one right down Main Street for strike 2.
And that was a good one inside to pull down second base. If you can get something deep at second base, would score that run.
So 1-2 the count, 2 outs. Runner on third to Davis. Glover delivers. Will fight that one away to live another day and get another hack at this one. Count will stay at 1-2 with 2 outs. Glover will come to the ready, delivering to Eli Davis. He will pop this one up. Will be into foul territory. Could be trouble. And it will innocently fall into foul territory. And Mike, those are the breaks you need in extra innings, as Davis will have one more opportunity at the plate.
Yeah, so many times I see that it happens that if you don't make those plays, you don't get another chance at it. But we'll see what happens in this case. Glover doing a good job hanging tough out there on the mound.
Count will stay at 1-2 with 2 outs. Winning run down on third. Glover comes to the ready. Delivers to Eli Davis, who will fight this one away once again, battling to keep the at-bat alive.
One more.
Big at bat. Probably the biggest bat Eli's had this year anyway.
Glover comes to the ready. 1-2 count.
Fighting that inside pitch off again.
Come on, buddy.
Davis crowding the plate up there, and Glover is making the best of it. If he lets one of these go, it'll be called a strike.
Count will stay at 1-2 with 2 outs. Glover delivers to Davis high and outside. Evens up the count at 2-2. Count now at 2-2 with 2 outs. Winning run on third. Glover fires this one in, stays inside, just misses Davis. And the count will go full, Mike.
Exciting game here. Can't beat this. Glover's going to have to bring it close.
Full count, 2 outs, runner on third. And that pitch will be out of the zone. Ball 4. Eli Davis will trot down to first.
Davis, really good eye there, getting himself on second base, on first base
Grayson Montgomery.
for the 4th time tonight.
That will bring up right fielder Grayson Montgomery. He's 0 for 3 on the afternoon. Runners on the corner, but the only one that matters standing on third with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. As Glover looks to work out of the jam. Pitch will be out of the zone, ball 1. Pitch will stay high and out of the zone, ball 2. Glover struggling to find the strike zone. The long at bat by Davis did push the pitch count.
Yeah, that's right, and makes it tough on that pitcher out there to make really good pitches, and that batter fight them off and live to swing another time.
Don't worry about them. Go here. Work on him.
2-1 now the count with 2 outs, runners on the corner. But again, that one you see there on third is the one that matters, as we are now in extra innings. That does represent the winning run. That pitch stays out of the zone. 3-1 now the count. Big pitch here coming from Glover. 3-1 count, 2 outs. High and out of the zone. Montgomery goes to first. We'll have Davis go to second,
Now
and Bennett, who still represents the winning run,
Two,
down on
catcher,
third.
Mason.
That adds a couple of different opportunities for the Eagles here, Mike, with 2 outs. Glover struggling to find the zone. Not only will a hit win the ball game, but a walk will now end it as well. But also you have a force at any play.
It's exactly, you're right, Kevin. It makes that infielder's job much easier. All he's got to do is touch the closest bag.
We'll bring up the bottom of the order in number 2, Mason Sheasley. He's reached on a walk. Now you're going to see the discussion at the mound as Glover will fire that one out of the zone. Not sure if Glover will stay in this ball game. But the momentum has definitely shifted towards the Eagles here, Mike. Even if Franklin County leaves the bases loaded and doesn't come away with the run here in the bottom of the 8th, they will at least have the top of the order coming around in the 9th. But you do not want to leave that up to chance. Big opportunity here for the Eagles to end it.
Absolutely. They need a base hit right here. They want it. Well, they'll take a walk too, but but they really would like to win this game instead of have it given to them, I'm sure. But Glover has really pitched well. If I were the Eagle hitters, I would not count on a walk from Glover.
So you also give credit where credit's due to this Byrd coaching staff as well. They've had 2 pitchers get into a really tough jam, but they've also had a lot of confidence. As we saw earlier in the ball game, Hunter Sipe work his way out of a jam, did give up the 2 runs. We'll see if Glover can do the same here. 1-0 the count, 2 outs. He will fire that one across the plate to even up the count at 1-1. Again, you see down at third, Joseph Bennett representing the potential game-winning run. Pitch will stay out of the zone. 2-1 now the count. You could hear a pin drop, Mike, on each and every pitch.
Sheasley going to make sure he comes across the plate with this one.
Pitch will stay inside. 3-1 now the count. You would have to think that Sheasley has to be patient at the plate, but also you can't give up an easy one. 3-1 the count, 2 outs, bases loaded here in the bottom of the 8th. Glover fires, This one is up the middle. The catch will be made. Slicing across the infield is Scavelli. And just like that, bases loaded will stay that way. And we will go to the top of the 9th inning, all tied up at 2 apiece. You're watching Eagle Baseball right here on your neighborhood network, Eagles Way. Back now for the top of the 9th inning. Extra innings now here in this one. Hasley 2-0 the count. Bottom of the order in Israel Harrison at the plate.
Hasley getting behind in the count, 3-0 here early.
Do not want to put Israel Harrison on first with a leadoff walk. Hasley will get the strike there. 3-1 now the count.
Right, you don't want that lineup coming up with somebody on base. There it is. Definitely what they did not want to do.
So Israel Harrison will go down to first on a leadoff walk. That will bring the top of the order and Ian Burnett to the plate.
Gotta be there, bud. Gotta be there.
Lays down the bunt.
Beautiful bunt.
Mike, I know you love that one. And
Okay.
Davis will trace him down to get the out at first, but it will move Harrison around to second, putting him in scoring position, and it will bring up Hunter Sipe
Hunter Sipe.
to the plate.
Well, that's the way you play this game, and we'll see if it pays off for Taylor, Coach Taylor. And we have a pinch hitter coming up. Is that right?
It will be Sipe
Sight, yeah.
coming in to hit.
Going back in.
So 1 out, runner in scoring position on second in the form of Israel Harrison.
Go pick him up. Come on, four.
A little confusion behind the plate for.
Let's go, James. Let's go, buddy.
They will intentionally walk Sipe down to first to put the force on at first, second, and third.
Attaboy, four.
Number 3,
That will bring up the catcher, James Purcell. So quickly, 1 out, runners on first and second for the Terriers.
Come on.
Force at any base here for the defense out there.
Purcell will sky this one behind first.
Trouble.
Davis will make the catch for out number 2. So 2 outs, runners on first and second. That will bring up Evan Mullen.
7, Evan Mullen.
Mullen reached on an error in the second inning.
Big swing and a miss there for strike number 1. Hairston will take off from third, but will have it fouled away. Tough break there for the Terriers, as Hairston was safely going to be aboard at third.
Absolutely. Don't know exactly why that. They were probably doing a double steal, but anyway, anytime you take the potential winning run, got a question here, got a...
It was a bloody lip, Mike.
Yeah, it happens to the best of the catchers. But that runner out there on second base can score just about as easily from there on a base hit as he can at third, and it's a lot more with 2 outs, a lot more risk in trying to get that base.
Hey, let's go, son. Let's go, baby.
Although, as you said, he did have a really good lead, and Pasley had sort of let him slip out there to where he had a big lead to start with. I'm sure he will watch him a little closer this time.
So runners on first and
Nobody
second
better, kids. Come on.
for the Terriers. 0-2 count with 2 away.
Hey, hey, boy.
Take ball 1. 1-2 now the count.
Hey, you're
Defensive
on
swing there will keep the at-bat alive.
Mullen letting up on his swing just to make a little contact. When you're a pitcher out there, you hate that. You know you can throw it by him, but he'll stick that bat out there and touch it. And that was just off of the plate.
Evens up the count at 2-2 with 2 outs.
Come on,
Runners on first and second. Pasley to deliver to Mullen, who will
Big
swing and a miss
strikeout.
for the strikeout. We'll take a quick break. When we come back for the bottom of the 9th, you're watching Eagle Baseball right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12. Top of the order for the Eagles here in the bottom of the 9th inning. For just joining us, a run will win it for the Eagles.
Whoa.
Pitch looked well outside there, Mike, but called a strike by the blind guys. If you're looking to get the game over with, Mike, in extras, that's not a great way to do it. That will be ball 1.
Well, he give it back to him. That was a pretty close pitch there.
Do have a new pitcher on the mound for the Terriers. Will be Trenton Sayers moving in from third to pitch. Hunter Sipe will move to first, and Divers will move from first out into right field. That one will bounce in before taking it off the hip of Hill.
Hill would like to make him throw a strike.
Pitch will stay high. Full count, 3-2. Nobody out, nobody on. Bottom of the 9th.
Sayers, see if he's got any control here, and he does struggle with it. That high fastball not dropping down.
Leadoff walk
Plate number 13.
for Riley Hill.
That's what that leadoff batter's supposed to do, get on base.
That will bring up the pitcher, Lawson Pasley. First pitch will be a ball. 1-0 the count, nobody out. Speedy Riley Hill down on first.
I don't think you'll see Hill take a chance. Oh, hard hit ball. Run down out there in the outfield. Mullen running that one down.
So Hill will have to retreat back to first.
Pasley tapped that one good.
Now coming
Just
to the plate,
right
number
at the
4,
center field.
Preston Crowl.
That'll bring up Preston Crowl. One out, runner on first in the form of Riley Hill. Sayers finds the strike on the outside part of the plate. 0-1 the count.
See Hill go. Here in this situation,
Check Hill back to first.
that's what they're thinking as well. Sure would like to have Crowl batting while he's at second rather than first.
Healthy lead for Hill. Crowl will poke that one out of play. Make the count 0-2.
Crowl way out ahead of that one, just barely touching it off the bat down the right field line.
0-2 count. One away. Be out of the zone, ball 1.
Sayers trying to locate that strike zone consistently. High fly ball.
Sipe will drop it, and they will get Hill out at second. Not an awful play by Sipe, as it will get the Speedy Hill out of the game.
I don't think that was intentionally though, but it was a good Good play by him to hustle that ball up.
Stepping to the plate, number 6.
So Crowl will replace Hill at first, but there are now 2 outs. That will bring on the cleanup hitter, Ashton Hutton. Big cut there for strike 1. 2 outs. Winning run now on first in the form of Preston Crowl. Big cut there for strike 2.
Sayers fighting back here with 2 strikes. Way ahead in the count with 2 outs.
Oh, 2 count, that one high and out of the zone. 1-2 now the count.
Sayers looked like he tried to throw some sort of breaking pitch on that one. Changed his delivery quite a bit. Sort of got away from him high.
That one will be poked out of play.
Back in the bullpen. Well, there's nobody back there.
No, not a soul, Mike. So Hutton will step back into the box. 1-2 the count, 2 outs. Runner on first. Strike 3 is the call. Why not one more, Mike, as we'll head into the 10th. You're watching Eagle Baseball right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12. Now adjust your TV screens. We are in the top of the 10th inning. All tied up at 2 apiece on the Franklin Finance scoreboard.
In his head.
Trenton Sayers, who's in to pitch for the Terriers, is now at the plate to lead off the top of the 10th. Big cut on a pitch out of the zone. 2-1 the count.
Sayers wanting that fastball. He liked the looks of that. This one won't be. He couldn't reach that one. There was another fastball outside and high.
Come on, man. Let's go,
Count even at 2-2. Nobody out, nobody on. Strike 3 is the call. Sayers will go down looking. Beautiful sequence of pitches there from Pasley.
Number 17.
Got a pinch hitter here. That is number 17.
Davian Hopkins.
Hopkins. He's been on the field quite a bit running, but now he is pinch hitting for Divers.
0-1 the count. 1 out, nobody on. Pitch will miss inside. Pasley will lose the hat on the pitch.
Just hit inside.
1-1 the count, 1 out, nobody on. That one will be low. 2-1 the count.
Coach Taylor trying to get somebody off the bench can hit the ball and give them a little boost.
That one out of zone. 3-1 now the count.
Pretty good idea.
Let's go.
Sometimes, too, when you bring the pinch hitter in, especially late in the ball game, Mike, they'll have a little bit more patience at the plate. Just on cue there, you'll see the walk as Hopkins will go down to first. And we know that he has speed, too, Mike, being utilized as a pinch runner, or a courtesy runner, excuse me. That will bring in Scavelli, runner on first, swing and a miss, strike one.
Way to be aggressive, kid. Let's go. Be aggressive, Drew. Let's go. Let's go. Be smart here. Let's go.
Scavelli with that game-saving catch out there on second base.
Come on. Go.
You have to remember the Eagles did have bases loaded in the bottom of the eighth. Pitcher stay outside. 2-1 the count. 2-1, 1 out, runner on first. Hopkins does represent the go-ahead run. That pitcher will stay high and out of the zone. 3-1 count coming to Scavelli. Pitcher be outside, and Scavelli takes off down to first. Knew that one was going to be out of the zone. So runners on first and second, 1 out. That will bring up Ethan Hairston to the plate.
Good eye there by Scavelli coming back down in the count. Coming back and ended up with a base on balls, free pass.
1 out, runners on first and second. Strike one is the call.
Let's go. Be a leader here, kid. Let's go. Come on.
Oh, yeah!
Looks to lay down the bunt. Gets under that one, pops it foul. So 0-2 now the count to Ethan Hairston.
Takes the bunt off of the table.
Let's go.
0-2 count, 1 out, runners on first and second. Opportunity to advance the runners around, and Hairston does a beautiful job. That is just as good, if not better, than a bunt, Mike. So now you'll have 2 outs, but you do have runners on second and third as we see it here on the replay.
Now coming.
Yeah, absolutely. Good play there by Davis to get the sure out.
Stay hot, kid. Let's go in. Come on.
You see the go-ahead runner at third. Will miss outside on that one. Israel Hairston at the plate. Looking to put the Terriers ahead for the first time since the bottom of the fifth.
Basley would love to come back and strike out Hairston here. He's really been struggling lately.
That one's on the ground. Opportunity to get out of the inning, and the Eagles will do just that. We will head to the bottom of the 10th. Eagles will have another opportunity. You're watching Eagle Baseball right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12. Back now for the bottom of the 10th inning. And at the plate for the Eagles will be center fielder Joseph Bennett.
Bennett had eyes on the fence on that one.
Trying to end it in one swing. I think they're going to tag him with that one, yeah. Check swing goes around. 0-2 the count.
Good pitch there by Sayer to get him off balance and inside on his fist.
Middle part of this order for the Eagles has struggled all game long. 1-2 the count. Nobody out, nobody on. See if Bennett can put the ball into play. Strike 3 is the call. We'll go down looking for the first out here in the bottom of the 10th.
Now batting for your Franklin County Eagles.
We will have a pinch hitter coming into the ball game. It will be number 16, the senior Hunter Clark, his first cuts of the evening. Strike is the call.
Good pitch there. Sayer staying on that outside corner low. Tough pitch to hit for any right-hander.
Big cut there by Clark. That will be strike 2. That will stay outside. 1-2 the count.
That always makes a pitcher really happy when the catcher throws it to center field.
One and two the count, 1 out, nobody on to the pinch hitter, Hunter Clark. Sayers shakes off the first 2. Settles on the 3rd, will deliver. 4 strike 3 is the call.
A little bit of question in the stands on that call, I think.
I'll bring up Eli Davis, his second opportunity to walk this one off. The first one had a little bit better shot.
Eli Davis.
He did have bases loaded in the bottom of the 8th. Big cut there for strike 1.
Davis generally takes a pretty good cut first couple strikes, and then he'll ease up and make contact with the 3rd one. That's a good good plan for hitting.
Right here, kid, right here.
0-2 the count, 2 outs, nobody on to Davis. Sayers will leave that one high. 1-2 now the count.
We got nobody on.
Here we go, here we go, man. Come on, kid. Come on.
Wind's now blowing from first to 3rd.
Oh, yeah.
As we go down swinging after 10 innings of play. They'll shut the scoreboard off, Mike, and reset it back as we'll be back for the top of the 11th. You're watching the baseball right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.
Number 18.
Back now for the top of the 11th inning, all tied up at 2 apiece. We'll have a pinch hitter coming in for the Terriers, a junior, number 18, Devin Fouts.
Again, looking for a stick there coming off of the bench.
Big cut there from Fouts.
He's taking a rip at that outside fastball.
Another big cut there. 0-2 the count.
Pasley keeping that away from him, probably a good thing. Way Fouts is cutting at that ball.
Good patience there by Fouts, seeing that one outside. 1-2 now the count.
Pasley got him leaning out over the plate. Let's see if he comes inside. Nope, stayed outside. Fouts taking that pitch about 4 inches off the plate for a strike.
Bring in Sipe.
Oh, yeah.
The left-hander. 1 out, nobody on. As he puts that one in the dirt.
Down deep. Lead those four. Probably coming again.
Sipe has been really productive offensively tonight.
And with the strike there, swing. We'll even it up at 1-1 with 1 out.
Tentative swing there.
Oh, yeah, kid.
Pasley fooled him. Got a timeout before that pitch. Trying to slow Pasley down a little bit.
Why not?
Yeah.
Here in the top of the 11th. I mean, the bats have been so hot here this afternoon for both squads.
One thing is true, Sipe has been hot tonight.
So 2-1 the count, 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 11th. Pitch will be off the plate. Patience starting to wear thin for the blind guys, Mike, from both sides. 3-1 now the count. Pasley will step off the rubber.
Straight to Bennett out there in center field.
He squeezed for out number 2, so 2 outs, nobody on. That will bring on
Number 3, James Purcell.
James Purcell.
Purcell scored earlier. Also has a base hit to his credit.
Pitch off the plate for ball 1.
Sort of the mind of some of those fans down there. That looked pretty good to me. And that one looked good to the umpire.
Did not look good to Purcell, though. It will be a 1-1 count with 2 outs and nobody on. That will be out of the zone. 2-1 the count. Pasley wanted that one back.
Yeah,
3-1 now the count to Purcell.
31, your count, kid.
Hard hit ball out into deep left field. Traveling back off the wall. That will be a stand-up double for Purcell. See if Purcell gets the courtesy runner.
Number 7, Evan
I
Mullen.
don't think so.
Looks like he's going to stay out and run for
Yeah,
himself.
looks like it.
That'll bring up Evan Mullen. 2 outs, runner in scoring position out there on second. Mullen has struggled at the plate this afternoon. Purcell representing the go-ahead run at second.
Nice pitch.
Evens up the count at 1-1.
Let's go.
The high heat there. Swing tipped away. 1-2 now the count. Pasley ahead.
Good play there, but Sheasley to round that one up too.
Hard hit ball to Hill. He will squeeze it. We'll head to the bottom of the 11th. All tied up at 2. You're watching Eagle Baseball right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12. Another opportunity for the Eagles as we head to the bottom of the 11th. Montgomery at the plate. Stay in the dirt. 2-0 the count.
Eagles needing base runners here. Definitely a good time to be selective in your hitting.
Pitch will catch the outside part of the plate. 2-1 the count. Nobody out, nobody on for Montgomery. Pitch will stay outside. 3-1 the count. Nobody out. Good patience at the plate by Grayson Montgomery. Pitch will stay outside. Montgomery will take his position down at first on the walk.
Well, they couldn't ask any better than that. That's where you want to start the game. You got your Sheasley, the catcher, batting. Going to try to get that runner in the scoring position, I hope.
After Sheasley, it will bring the top of the order back around, but the the winning run now on first in the form of Grayson Montgomery.
I'm having to draw my own squares and stuff here, Kevin. I need a longer piece of paper. Good bunt there. That's going to do it.
Opportunity
Actually,
down at
maybe,
first. The out at first, but it will move Montgomery around to second. Good piece of bunting there for Sheasley. And it will bring up Riley Hill, the leadoff batter to the plate. Winning run now at second in the form of Grayson Montgomery.
Single base hit right here would do it anywhere on the right side.
Beautiful pitch there, outside part of the plate for strike one. Trenton Sayers looking to settle down here. Hitting the count 0-1, one out, winning run on second. One the count, one out. Foul straight back.
Sayer heading the count now.
1-2 with one out. Hill looking for a pitch that he can put into play. This one goes into play. That will advance the runner around to third. So now the winning run on third with Montgomery moving around. That will bring up Lawson Pasley with an opportunity to win this one.
Now stepping to the plate, number 13, Lawson.
Big opportunity here for the freshman. Not only would he walk it off, but would also pick up the win. Pitch on the outside part of the plate, 1-0.
Pasley been making contact all but one at bat, actually two at bats.
Pitch will stay in the dirt, 2-0 the count. Fans starting to get a little bit antsy here in the bottom of the 11th. Pitch stays high and out of the zone, 3-0 the count, two outs. Winning run on third. There is action in the Terrier bullpen.
Let's go.
3-0 count, two outs. Winning run on third. Strike is the call. Moves the count to 3-1.
That's a good, solid baseball call, taking the 3-0. Got to do it. This pitch right here might be a good one to go on.
Pasley
And
will
it
take the
is.
swing.
That's in the
That one
hole.
will be into the gap,
It's
and
gonna
that
do it.
will win it. The freshman, Lawson Pasley, will pick up the win and will walk this one off. A great ball game here at WWNAF Junior Field. That will wrap this one up. Final score for the final time, Franklin County 3, William Byrd 2. And again, congratulations to the freshman, Lawson Pasley, as you see him there on the shoulders of his teammates. This one meant a lot here early in the season. But that's going to wrap this one up. You've been watching Eagle Baseball right here on your neighborhood network, Cable 12.